tech-savvy consumers are lining up today to be the first to purchase Sony's brand new stupid piece of shit that doesn't do the goddamn thing it's fucking supposed to.
So it finally happened. After years of speculation, they showed off the PS5 Pro, and it costed a little bit more than I was expecting personally. I was thinking maybe, I'll admit, I was not thinking about a PS5 Pro, because I don't think about the PS5, because it has no games. But anyways, they showed off the PS5 Pro, and it was $700. But that's really besides the point. The point is, the PS5 Pro got announced after all these years, and it still has no games, and it's $700. Now, I know if Chad Warden were around today, he'd make some funny comment about how he wiped his ass with $700, and we'd all forget about it and move on. But he's gone, and we have to face the facts. It's a scam. Do not, under any circumstances, buy the PS5 Pro. There's simply no need for it. You could make the argument of buying a PC, how that's more money. But you could go on Newegg.com right now and buy a pre-built PC with better specs than the PS5 Pro, which will last you longer than the PS5 Pro, has a better game library than the PS5 Pro, and can do more things than the PS5 Pro for around the same price. I saw one the other day that was like $800 something, and that might seem bad, because the PS5 Pro is only $700. But the funniest part is it does not come with a disc drive. You have to pay $80 for a disc drive, and an extra $30 for a vertical stand if you want your console to stand up vertically. So if you add all that together, which is $110, the console costs $810 for all the features that every other console before it, PlayStation console at least, has included. And to anyone who wants to buy it, why not just get a computer? I know that's a pretty stereotypical response, I guess, to any console user, just get a computer. But I genuinely don't see why you would spend this much money on a PS5 Pro than a computer. Part of me wonders, why does Sony do this in the first place? Back in the PS3 era, they launched their console for $599.
Will retail for $599 US. So here's this giant enemy crab.
And people hated it, because that's insane. For around that same price, you'd get both a 360 and a Wii. So, if you had to choose between getting an Xbox 360 and a Wii, or PS3, what would you rather choose? Because the PS3 had no games for at least 2 years, then MGS4 came out, that's besides the point. My point is, at the time, Sony was cocky, I guess you could say, because they released the PS2. And the PS2 is still, to this day, the best-selling console in history. And then they released PS3 and no one bought it. They thought, it's a story as old as time. Sony made the PS2. It became the best-selling system in history. Then, they're like, wait a minute, people buy anything with the Sony brand on it. So they released the PS3 for $600, and no one buys it for a few years. Then they realized, oh wait, we can't just do that, because why would anyone stay loyal to a brand like that? And then people start buying them because they're only $299. And part of me thinks that they're going back to their cockiness, because the PS4 and the Slim and the Pro and all that stuff have gone on to become one of the best-selling systems ever. But here's the thing, the PS5 is not nearly as successful. I'll go on Wikipedia and check real quick. So the PS5 has sold 56 million units, which is around half of the PS4. And I get that's very unfair, considering the fact that the PS4 has been out for a decade at this point. Over a decade, I think, actually. But they haven't been doing too hot. And not only that, they recently increased the prices of PS5s in Japan, and no one's been buying them over there since then. So, and also there's Concord, the disaster that was. So I don't see any reason for Sony to get cocky. Is this just... I'm just wondering, they have no reason to expect people to actually buy this. I wonder if maybe they think people are going to just buy them to sell them like they did back when the PS5 first came out. Back when that thing launched, you could not find one in any store ever. The only way to get one was to buy one from a scalper for like $1,000. Maybe they think people will do that. But I feel like at this point, anybody who wants a PS5 has one. The whole Pro upgrade thing, the specs of it, just doesn't seem very reasonable for the price. Or like a worthy upgrade. Some games look slightly better, a tree in the background might look sharper, but that's about it. Part of me worries that this is just the way that games are going now. And in the future, you'll have to take out a small loan. I don't know how loans work. In the future, I assume you'll take out a loan on your house just to buy a brand new console, just for no games to come to it for the next decade. Because PS5 still has no games. Sorry, Astrobot. Sorry, Concord. See, this thing right here, I've always, my whole life, I've preferred Sony, Nintendo to Microsoft. I prefer PlayStation and whatever the hell Nintendo cooks out to Xbox. But after seeing the PS5 Pro, I thought about it for a minute and realized I don't need a PS5. Any game I'm interested in runs fine on my computer. I'm getting a new computer soon enough anyways, I'm fairly certain. And the only next-gen game I care about in the slightest is GTA 6. And that is coming to PS5 and Xbox. That's why, like when, who's the guy, David Dobrik or whatever, said he's voting for Hillary Clinton, I'm going to get an Xbox Series S. Because I don't want to spend half a grand on a console just for one game, GTA 6. And, I also real quick want to say fuck Rockstar for not putting the game on PC day one. And then when it comes to PC, 4 or 5 years after it comes out in console, it's going to have DRM, so you can't play it offline, and it's probably going to be poorly optimized, and there's going to be hackers and cheaters day one on the online lobbies. It's going to be a disaster. So fuck you, Rockstar, and fuck you, Sony. And if you're genuinely, seriously planning on getting a PS5 Pro, just get a PC. I know that, everyone says that, just get a PC over a console. I still see the merit in getting a console, but I see no reason getting a PS5 Pro at all. And if Xbox decides to make an Xbox Series X2, an Xbox Series Z, God forbid, or Y, don't bother. Just get a PC, especially if you're on Xbox. If you have an Xbox at this point, just get a PC. But anyways, I figured that I'd throw my hat in the ringer, and I would give an opinion that has been given by multiple people over the past few days, hundreds of times. So thanks for watching, like and subscribe. See ya.
PlayStation has no freaking games.